We finally got ours. Here's our first look at the brand new Ford Lightning. We've waited quite some time for this one, but it is finally here, our brand new 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning in the Lariat trim. Now this one is going to be used here as a courtesy vehicle in order to give our customers here locally a way to test drive one of these and really see what they are all about. I know to a lot of you at home, seeing an all-electric truck is something that it almost seems way too far in the future, but it is here, Ford is producing them, and we've got some on our lot. This is incredible to see behind me. I have not personally had the chance to check one out in person. I've seen them on the internet, I've seen them on Ford's website, I've played around building them, but to actually drive one and get to test it out, today I'm going to give you my first impressions of the Ford Lightning and what I think of it. So right off the bat, the first thing I noticed on the front of this truck is obviously there is no slots here for the radiator because you don't need to cool a physical engine inside. Also gives you the complete running light, the daytime running light all the way across the top in this Lariat trim, which gives you a nice headlight and a really just overall very aggressive looking setup. Now if you guys can overhear that fan that is sucking in air, that's because we've got the AC cranking and it is probably 96 degrees here. It's extremely hot, but this is perfect EV weather. So now let's pop what Ford calls it, the Frunk, so front trunk. I feel weird saying that. But this one actually is key fob activated. You can see the power struts. I will tell you guys, probably the coolest thing with an electric vehicle is giving you the ability to store more up front. Now this front trunk, or as Ford calls it, the Frunk, really it's an awesome feature to have. Like I'll just say first impressions, what I like most about these trucks is just the innovation and the ingenuity that they have included with this. Now in this Frunk here, you can obviously see we do have 4 110-volt outlets that you can plug regular home appliances into, with a max of 2,400 watts coming through that. As you can see in the back and this lower area, you do have a second section where you can store even more at, and if I'm not mistaken, these do have a drain, and it's true, they do have a drain right down there. So if you're thinking what I'm thinking, close this up, throw a couple beverages in there, and you'll be able to store them nice and cool. Even on there's a couple Easter eggs throughout here. I saw a Model A on the back, and up there are 2 golf club logos etched into it, because what Ford says, you can load 2 into there. That leads me to my next question. Today is just the first impressions video of this. In subsequent videos that we'll have to play with this thing for a little bit, I want to know in the comments what you guys want to see us haul, what you want to see us power. Let me know down below. As crazy as it might be, if you think back to our Maverick video, we're probably gonna do it. So as I was just perusing around, I did notice a little button here for lights, and when I hit it, at first I thought nothing came on, but there are 2 built-in lights up top here. So they look the same as the bed lights, and I'm sure at night, give you a decent amount of light here. So they just activate on and off. So pretty neat. You always find little cool features like that when you dig into the vehicles more and more. And now we can go ahead and close it up with the same key fob button. Moving right along to the side, this is a Lariat trim, as I mentioned in the beginning, and it is finished off in the smoked quartz option. Now this is a more expensive paint option, as it is a tri-coat, which kind of blends a little bit of dark blue, gray, and maybe even a little bit of black. Every angle I keep moving, the color does look to be changing, much like the cyber orange that Ford offers in a lot of their other vehicles. This color is really neat in person and almost is like shape-shifting as you walk around it. It looks different in any different light. So with this, it is a Lariat, so it's fully loaded. It's got 20-inch wheels in that deep granite, which Ford loves to do, and I really do like it on this vehicle. And then one cool quirky thing that I just noticed on the back here, this is actually a little bit of a light. I thought it was a reflector, but when you open the door, it actually illuminates. So at night, that'll be nice for you and your passengers getting in and out. This one is a crew cab, and that's the only configuration you can get in the Lightning here. Honestly, it looks very similar to an F-150. If you're familiar to that, the only difference to it is the charging port up here on the driver's side front, but it looks very similar. The taillights are a little bit different, but if you're used to an F-150, that's what it looks like from the side. And to be quite honest, if you saw one of these driving down the highway, besides the front end and a little bit on the back, you'd probably think it was a standard F-150, but little do they know is you're not burning any gas and you're getting there basically for free. You can see the all-wheel drive components of this truck. This is a dual electric motor that's completely independent suspension front and rear, unlike a standard F-150. Normal F-150 has a straight axle in the back. This is a double wishbone with absolutely massive aluminum arms. You can see those bolts down below. I guarantee you that's probably a 1-inch socket that has to get on those bolt heads. These are extremely big trucks. They're extremely well manufactured, and they even have a skid plate up underneath there to protect that electric motor in the center and all the battery packs up underneath. Moving on to the tailgate and the bed bed, this is where you can see a lot of the differences in the Ford Lightning. Now, of course, we have to have our Susk branded sticker on there so you know just where you're getting this truck from. But what we are seeing is the difference in the tailgate by the way it bulges out like that, and also that third brake light that flows across the entire back. That is something that's on the Lariat and some of the higher trims, and I gotta say, I really do like it. It gives it a unique and much more futuristic look. Once again, though, we do have a hitch. We have our 7-pin and our 4-pin control, and then this one actually has the smart towing technology, so it has a lot of cool features in there, including scales at every corner and the ability to measure how much tongue weight you have on that trailer. We're gonna double press this button here for the tailgate release. Try it again. And there it goes. It is a nice slow release, and this one does have the bed liner already pre-installed too, as well as this extremely convenient step feature to help you get in and out of the bed. So if you thought 4 outlets up front were enough, they've added another 2 here, 2 here, and then up here is the big boy. That's the 240 volt 30 amp outlet. You can see it is fused. It has faults here with an on-off button. Let's press that on. Doesn't look like it lights up right now, but when you have things in it, it will activate and be able to power all of your activities for when you're tailgating or just out and having an adventure. I think this is a very utilitarian truck that you're gonna be able to use for a lot of different things that you might not have thought of. Of course, we do have a button here to turn on our bed lights so we can activate those. And also, that same button will illuminate the third brake light, which has some extra bed lighting. And to my exact thing I said, these are the exact same as what's underneath the frunk. So matching lights, you can turn them off by pressing the same button. Tie down points over here, which are included in the back, and a nice durable spray and bed liner. Very nice back here, and really, really a utilitarian truck. And same with the bed, you double click that button and the tailgate should raise. Not gonna lie, I get a little nervous every time I say that on camera if it's actually gonna pick up or not. Not that it won't, but it works perfectly great. So as you can see on this, if you guys are familiar with anything on the Mach-E, Ford is deciding to use these larger screens, which I actually really like, and they are more vertical, so it's much like an iPad display. There's a lot you can do on this, including your standard radio, wireless CarPlay, all of your heated seats, heated steering wheel, your climate settings. But the coolest thing is if you go into the top left, the truck settings, which is kind of hard to see here because we still have the tape on. We don't like to remove that. When you see the truck, there are 4 different driving modes. So you've got normal, sport, off-road, tow and haul, and it changes obviously the colors of everything and in the center cluster. And then if you scroll down, if you're in normal mode, you can activate 1-pedal drive and the rear electronic locking differential. So if you guys are in some muddy or nasty weather, you can lock that in and be good to go. This one does have the 360-degree camera, so as you can see, there's our front and there's the whole 360 around the truck. We'll exit out of that. Access, there is a ton of settings in these. Charge port lights, unlock the charge cord. Towing in this, you can actually go into the smart hitch setting and it will measure all of the weight on the back. You can see the tongue weight of your trailer and figure out if you're at the right weight or if you need to decrease or you want to increase it. The onboard scales, this is kind of neat. So if you hit continue, it'll show you exactly how the vehicle is being scaled. So it says we have 0 pounds as far as payload in the back, and then it'll measure. So if you have up to 1,675 pounds in the bed, it'll actually show you. I wonder if I move around. No, it doesn't do anything. I would jump on the bed, but I don't want to let you guys know my weight on YouTube, so I'm just going to leave that there. But just know it will measure it and can adapt the vehicle to how much weight you have, or you can figure out how you want to move it around. If you scroll down here, you have zone lighting, you've got your Pro onboard power. I mean, there is a ton of settings in here. Honestly, I could probably sit here for a whole 40-minute video. Intelligent backup power, so this can actually power your entire house. If you activate this feature, you can add the station to your home, or you can even add it to valet mode. So there's a lot of features in here, and then we have a whole nother tab for settings. So a lot going on with this F-150 Lightning, and there should be even more settings here. So there's really a lot you can do on these vehicles to make them customized and make them suit your needs. We've got another plug up front, a wireless charger below here, and our Pro trailer backup system with our trailer brake controller. And this one is equipped with everyone's favorite work table. So as you can see, the entire cluster here is digital with the brand new style F-150 steering wheel. On the left, you can see the range. On the right, that's the full range there. Right now we did kill a little bit because we are idling with the AC on, or not idling, just sitting here. And then on the left is your power usage. So as you hit the throttle, it'll go up to that 100 level if you're hammering on it, and it'll go into that green if you're using the regenerative braking included in that one pedal driving. Now with this vehicle, this is the extended range, which is 130 kilowatts, and what they're telling you is that it will get an estimated 300 miles of range depending on driving habits and the outdoor temperature. I can tell you when we got into this vehicle today, this did have a full 300 miles of range onto it. We've dropped 21 miles, but we've been sitting here for probably 40 minutes with the air conditioning on because it is extremely hot out. So I would say that that looks to be pretty accurate. You will have a little bit of temperature change on the range when you get into the winter, but 300 miles on this truck is absolutely awesome, and boy, I can tell you this thing moves. We'll do another video of an overall driving review of it to really see what each of those modes feels like. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. This is my initial and first impressions of the F-150 Lightning. We wanted to go through it and kind of check it out as I saw it the first time. I'm not lying to you at all. This is the first time checking one of these out in person, and I gotta say, I am impressed. You know, it does carry a higher price tag at just over $80,000, but when you think about it and saving the cost of gasoline right now, which I'm not sure what part of the country you're in, but around here it's pushing $4.80 a gallon of just regular gasoline. These start to make more sense for that daily commute and still being able to tow and haul on this with the smart scale and the hitch and everything the way that is set up on this truck. So I will tell you guys, if you're thinking about the future, you're thinking about these electric vehicles, I will definitely tell you, if you have one locally or you're local to us, drop by and check this thing out in person. You won't be disappointed, and if anything, it'll just give you a little taste of what you might see to come. Now, if you guys have been around or you're brand new to the page, we factory order vehicles all over the country and we give you a great price. If you guys are interested in factory ordering a Ford Lightning, I know these have been pretty tricky to get a hold of, definitely shoot an email below and we can get you added to our interest list. That way, as soon as these order banks open, we will contact you and keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest on these vehicles. And if you hadn't heard in the rest of the video, drop a comment below on what you want to see us test out with this. It doesn't matter how crazy this idea is, drop the comment below, and more than likely, if it's not destroying the vehicle and it's something we can achieve in a timely manner, we're gonna do it for you. So drop it below. We really love to test it out and see how much we can utilize this Lightning on a day-to-day basis. Till next time, I'm Matt with Susquauto Ford, and this is my first impressions of a Ford Lightning.